In this episode of Latitudes, we visit one of the highest villages in the world. From here, we head down to Asia and explore Phuket. We also visit the most romantic island of all, Bora Bora. Tahiti consists of 35 islands and 83 atolls. It has been 5 million years since this magical island called Bora Bora rose from the sea. If you are considering a tropical island vacation, take a close look at the magical Tahitian island Bora Bora. Most of Bora Bora's resorts are located on beachfronts, and they are styled with a beautiful blend of modern and traditional Tahitian architecture. The overwater bures offer guests the opportunity to bask in the golden rays of classical Pacific sunsets. A walk through the heart of Bora Bora is the perfect way to witness the day-to-day life, culture and warmth of the Tahitian people. Many are surprised at the hustle and bustle of the trading and the range of handmade goods, gifts and souvenirs that are available in the town's marketplace. Due to its rarity, the Tahitian pearl is synonymous with magic and perfection. To create a necklace, hundreds of similar pearls need to be examined for size, roundness, colour and quality. Tahiti is one of only a few places in the world that have the species of oyster that can produce black pearls. However, Bora Bora's real jewel is the large lagoon. The lagoonarium is a pleasant boat ride to a small island on the western side of the lagoon. The lagoonarium is a fenced-off area that holds a large variety of marine life. Surprisingly, it is the sharks that are most timid, and they sometimes require some persuasion from the guides to meet the people. The stingrays and turtles aren't at all timid, and many people get their first ever shark experience. Many people have commented that the gentle eagle rays are their favourite lagoonarium dweller. A perfect day can be ended with a stunning sunset cruise. A number of large catamarans are available for group hire or intimate hire. Tahiti's sunsets are described by the locals as being like black pearls. There are never two that are identical. There are many great activities at Bora Bora, but many find the jet ski as a perfect way of exploring the large lagoon. You can speed across the water and watch the changing colours. Deep blue water gives way to the emerald green of the shallow water. For action-type people, this is an ideal pastime. Many people take the time to try scuba diving. Most first scuba lessons are conducted in a pool, but at Bora Bora, your first experience will be a true diving adventure. Learning to scuba dive is not difficult, and all the instructors are very experienced and highly qualified. In fact, learning to dive is great fun. It doesn't take long to become comfortable, and many first-time students even get a chance to put on a show for the people in the aquascope. After a couple of lessons, the instructors will take you out to meet the locals. These are large manta rays that measure up to 3 meters in width. The manta rays are curious and will often stay around the divers for some time. When they have satisfied their curiosity, they simply glide off into the deep blue. Bora Bora is an ideal place to relax, play or seek adventure, and it is very symbolic of a perfect island paradise. For centuries, Tibet has held a fascination for many explorers. In this instance, we are witnessing the Great Prayer Festival at Labrang Monastery, high on the Tibetan Plateau in western China. Hundreds of Buddhist monks from the monastery are carrying a treasured sacred object. It is one of the world's largest tankas, which literally means flat painting. This tanka is a colourful silk canvas measuring 21 by 17 metres and shows an image of the Buddha. Tibet has a population of almost 2 million, and almost all practice Buddhism. Religion plays a very significant role in the Tibetans' lives. According to these beliefs, seeing the tanka is much like witnessing the real Buddha himself. Thousands of Tibetan pilgrims have been eagerly waiting since sunrise for the tanka to be displayed. This is called the sunning of the Buddha. The pilgrims pray for happiness and peace in this life and their next. A tanka can be produced in any size, and they can be painted or embroidered. The paintings are usually hung inside a monastery, where monks use them as practical guide during their Buddhist meditations. A tanka also forms an integral part of every devout family's home altar, and nomads hang tankas in their tents. 70-year-old Gyatso has 55 years of practical experience and is renowned for his exquisite skills. His family is one of the main suppliers for the Labrang Monastery. Only a small number of Tibetan family businesses in Labrang manufacture these most fascinating religious scroll paintings. Tankas can be purchased by the traveller, and a simple tanka, painted on cotton cloth, may cost as little as 151 or $18. The price for an elaborate silk piece, however, may be hundreds of US. This religious art dates back to the 13th century and must be painted according to strict rules that dictate every form and shade of colour. This festival is only one of many religious and cultural festivals held throughout Tibet, and travellers are welcomed by the Tibetan people. If you're looking for a most remarkable holiday, be sure to look at Tibet. Phuket, a large island in the Indian Ocean, is 867 kilometres from Bangkok. Island resort holidays and liveaboard yachting are the main types of getaways. Numerous perfect white beaches are waiting for you to frolic in their shallows or simply relax away the day. All Phuket's resorts provide everything from exciting sports including canoeing and sailing. After a great full day, many such visitors try a traditional Thai massage in the comfort of their own room. Phuket is the diving capital of Thailand. There are numerous day trips available to many island-based dive sites. Visibility is superb and the water is mostly around 26 degrees. The waters are a kaleidoscope of colour, made up from exotic corals and marine life. However, the curious moray eels are a favourite with many international guests. Traditional Thai cuisine will be an ideal close to the perfect day. India lies south and China is to its north, and pristine beauty and rich culture awaits the traveller who ventures to Nepal. Magnificent snow-capped peaks are found in the northern region. Lesser mountains and the Nepal Midlands are located in the central region, and tropical jungles and fertile plains can be explored to the south. Kathmandu is Nepal's biggest and most cosmopolitan city, a meeting place of dozens of ethnic groups. And with 500,000 people, Kathmandu is Nepal's biggest city. Trade created Kathmandu, and for at least 1,000 years it played a central role in the most important caravan route between Tibet and India. Today, Kathmandu seems to have very skillfully adapted to and embraced the tourist business. Wandering the streets of this most fascinating city is like stepping back in time. Everywhere, medieval relics seem to attract the eye. Time-worn temples lay beside a former king's palace, which hold intricately carved icons. The people of Nepal welcome tourists, and for the most part, they live their lives pretty much as they always have, celebrating proud traditions and a tried and proven culture. In a world that today is torn and becoming increasingly divided over religious issues, Nepal is a lighthouse of religious harmony. For centuries, followers of the Buddhist and Hindu faiths have lived side by side, allowing their beliefs to intermingle and grow. There are few countries on earth where a sense of spirituality and self are as strongly felt as they are in Nepal. For many people, Nepal represents the gateway to the Himalayas and adventure. Not all want to climb Mount Everest, but most do want to view this most majestic natural attraction. The Everest Express is a flight that takes the visitor right to the summit of these grandiose mountains. The Everest mountain flight is just the start of what can be described as a trekker's heaven. The Middle Hills region is awash with green and with the colours of the harvest to come, and support many small but vibrant village communities. As the trekker leaves this region for the higher altitudes, the scenery and faces change. Nepal is a land that is largely defined by its geographical features. Nepal is one of the leading destinations for travellers who wish to enjoy a holiday with a difference. Many trekking routes begin in the charming lakeside town of Pokhara. Visitors always seem to spend more time than planned in this picturesque village. Time can be spent just pondering while sitting and taking in the splendid scenery of the lake. Pokhara is most known for two things: its stunning mountain views and the adventure these mountains inspire. Georgetown, the capital city of the Cayman Islands. It offers the visitor the best shopping and finest cuisine in the Caribbean. Its past is bustling with maritime history, including the harbouring of pirates and their ships. The architecture still resembles that of a shanty town, and it's not hard to imagine the colourful past of the Cayman Islands when walking the streets of Georgetown. Georgetown's attractions include a historical walk tour that takes in the remains of the late 18th century Fort George and the Cayman Islands National Museum, which is one of the Caribbean's best attractions. This is one of the world's most famous beaches, 7 Mile Beach on Grand Cayman Island. Grand Cayman is the largest of the 3 Cayman Islands, and it is believed the first to explore these islands was Christopher Columbus in 1503. By the time Francis Drake arrived on Grand Cayman in 1586, the islands were commonly known as the Caymanas. However, permanent settlement didn't occur until the 1660s. Today, like the pirates of yesteryear, Grand Cayman is regarded by many as one of the world's most ideal island getaways. The gateway to Grand Cayman is the fabulous 7 Mile Beach, which holds the majority of hotels, resorts and shopping amenities. Over 900,000 visitors per year arrive at Grand Cayman to experience the sun, sea and sand activities that the Cayman Islands are famous for. The cool white sands of 7 Mile Beach is a popular spot where many visitors wind down. Seven Mile Beach is an example of life on Grand Cayman, which is laid back and relaxing. Grand Cayman is not generally regarded as a party island, and the happiest visitors are those looking for peace and quiet and indulging in water activities. Another beach that typifies the ideal beach experience is Rum Point. Perfect white sands melt into the turquoise blue of the gentle lapping water of the Caribbean Sea. The nature of the outer reefs provides protection from the ocean, and this is what makes Rum Point a safe bathing place for even the youngest beachgoers. Pedro St. James Castle is perhaps the most important National Historic Site of the Cayman Islands, and it's the newest tourist attraction. Pedro St. James was built in 1780 by William Eden, and it has been completely restored to its original glory and is now the centrepiece of this historic site. This great house is the birthplace of democracy in the Cayman Islands, as the first government was formed in the building in 1831. In addition to the castle, a state-of-the-art multimedia theatre runs a 20-minute experience of the colourful history of Pedro Castle. The presentation enchants with authentic setting and real-life drama. The grounds hold fascinating walks, and there are interpretive signs throughout the walks, which provide the history and description of the particular site or building. The walks will also take you through meticulously maintained and beautiful gardens. For gardening enthusiasts, the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Gardens is another must-see. The visitor's first stop at the Botanic Garden is the Visitors Centre, which is designed in a contemporary West Indian style and houses a reception room with changing exhibits and distributes visitor orientation and information. The garden itself is a 40-acre park, and with a 0.8-mile walking trail, it is estimated that 40% of Grand Cayman's native flora is growing in the Woodland Preserve, and the Woodland Trail passes through a wide variety of habitats and plant communities. Much wildlife can also be found in the preserve, including the blue iguana, which is Grand Cayman's largest native land animal. It is a giant dragon-like blue lizard which grows to over 5 feet long and over 25 pounds in weight. The National Trust's Blue Iguana Recovery Program is based in the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park and is on course to a goal of hatching and later releasing 100 blue iguanas per year. The Heritage Garden is a recreation of a traditional Cayman home site. The garden features an original restored turn-of-the-century Caymanian farmhouse, complete with original outbuildings, fences and dry walls built of old coral. A traditional sand garden with old-time ornamentals surrounds the house, and the grounds include traditional vegetables, herbs, medicinal and fibre plants.
Everything starts nesting around them. Banana quits. Because of their diet, they feed on a variety of things, so they can afford to nest cells for the year.
They want.
Yeah. Join Latitudes again when we next trek the globe and explore fabulous and exciting vacation ideas. For further information regarding any story on this episode, log on to www.pbtv.com.au. This program is proudly supported by PATA and Always Dive Australia.